Premier, thank you.
Well, thanks, Kieran, and thanks, Chris, and thank you all for coming tonight, because this election is a very important election. We're in difficult economic times. Inflation is rising, interest rates are rising, businesses are worried, and jobs are at risk. My team has a plan to continue to grow the economy, to create 100,000 jobs right here in Western Sydney, as well as putting downward pressure on household budgets that are feeling the pinch at this difficult time, including $250 off every energy bill for households and families across New South Wales. But also to continue to build the infrastructure, the schools, the hospitals, like Nepean Stage 1, which we've opened, and Stage 2, which is underway. Continuing to build the motorways, 5 new motorways over the next 5 years, and those metro trains out to Western Sydney. We've built the Northwest Metro. We've got to keep going and set up our state for our children and their children. And ultimately as well, ensure that we set up our children's long-term financial security with our Future Fund Kids accounts, ensures that our children will leave school with up to $49,000 that they can spend on education or buying a home. It's all part of our economic plan to take our state forward.
Premier, thank you very much. We're broadcasting live from the Panthers in beautiful Penrith at the foot of the mountains. First question tonight, Kim. Good evening, Kim.
Thank you very much. Premier, this question mainly goes towards yourself, but it's also part of Chris's platform. At the last election, the two leaders both pledged that they weren't going to sell any more assets. Now, clearly the other half didn't get a show. You guys have been running the show, and as has been pointed out for 12 years, clearly you keep selling our assets. Clearly you keep spending money, which worries me that you guys don't know how to budget properly, which is why you're selling the assets to pay for your promises. Can you assure the people that are sitting here, our assets, which belong to all of us, which are not given to you as a mandate to sell off when you like, we can retain something, maybe even buy something back at some stage?
Well, thanks, Kim, for the question. Thanks, Kim, for the question. And it's a good question about budget management. And I've made it very clear, we will not be selling any assets in the next term of government. And in addition to that, I've said that we'll take into Parliament, in terms of our policy, that every year, in relation to our election commitments, I will table an update to be held to account by the New South Wales Parliament. In relation to the asset base of the state, our assets have actually grown to $250 billion here in New South Wales over time. And when it comes to the budget, here in New South Wales, we're the only state in the country with 2 AAA credit ratings from the ratings agencies. And that's enabled us to invest where it matters. During the pandemic, $50 billion into our health system and to support our small businesses get through that difficult time. So the New South Wales budget is in a very strong position. And ultimately, our budget is here to help your budget. And that's what we've done as the Liberals and Nationals since being in government. It's that strong financial and economic management that has had the ratings agencies say that New South Wales' position is the strongest in the country, and our asset base continues to grow. But in relation to your question, as I've said, there'll be no privatisations in the next term of government. I've made that very clear, and I'll be held to account by the New South Wales Parliament by tabling an election commitment update every 12 months.